really, as the simulation center director, I'm not particularly fond of having simulators that are $35,000 to $65,000 pieces of equipment being moved around from location to location regularly, because that puts wear and tear on very expensive hardware. The PerSim system in the portable case is very easy for an instructor to move to their vehicle. It's easy for them to set up on site, and it provides the students with a very effective simulation experience. Our EMS department at Temple College does a lot of off-campus instruction. They do a paramedic program at a satellite campus or off-campus center that we have at Hutto. They also do EMT programs in several high schools in the area. We have found that PerSim is incredibly useful in those situations, because it allows instructors to take simulation to those sites. Students, particularly when there's an instructor in the environment, students will rely on information they're getting from the instructor. I think the advantage of a system like PerSim, particularly used in combination with a mannequin-based simulator, is that it removes the instructor even further from the process. Because with mannequin-based simulators, again, there's still things that you can't see. And it just seems, it seems almost odd where the student's doing an exam, and at this point, the patient has to say, "Oh, and by the way, my neck veins are distended." So, or "I am becoming cyanotic." When you add the holographic patient, now the student has to get that information from the simulation technology, not from the instructor. So you've taken away all of the cues that students can get from the instructors that they're never going to have in actual practice. We had some first semester paramedic students who had the opportunity to use PerSim for the first time after the fourth semester students had finished doing an exercise with him. And these are students who are just beginning the paramedic program, and they are beginning their physical assessment training. I put the patient through several changes, and one of them was small respirations. So I asked them, okay, look at the patient, what are you seeing here? And the student said, well, he's breathing really fast and really deep. So I said, all right, so if I told you that this is a type 1 diabetic who has not taken his insulin for several days, and one of them immediately said, oh, wow, so that's small respirations. We found at this point, though, is most of them are using it when they are teaching students assessment techniques, because having the holographic image allows the students to see things that they can't see with other types of simulators. So they have to become sensitive to facial expression, to changes in skin color, to more subtle signs of respiratory distress that the traditional mechanical simulators can't produce. Simulation technology has been, of course, incredibly beneficial in all health professions, education, because it does produce more active learning and more learner engagement. But mannequin-based simulators, regardless of how good they are, can only go so far. And there are just subtle things that all healthcare practitioners have to learn to pick up on that the mannequins can't provide. So we felt that, again, with a system like this that uses augmented reality, we are adding to the experiences that our mannequin-based simulators can provide. We're providing that next layer of reality that makes the learners more effective on at picking up on those very subtle things that they need to be able to recognize. And that's why we were so interested in PerSim. And we definitely think that it's been useful.
For more information, please visit www.medcognition.com.